Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thanks for joining me. It's been so long since we talked and went live. Let me tell y'all, I looked at my, YouTube background dashboard analytics, and we have not talked and seen each other since January of 2023. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys so much. Thanks for joining me. I'm sorry. I'm 3 minutes late. I told you I was going to try to stream at like 2:55 because of these reasons. Because of these technical difficulties. They told me I had ran up on my space here on StreamYard. So I went and bought some extra space, but here we are. Nevertheless, here we are. But thank you guys for joining me. We got some things to talk about. And I'm going to try my best to come on here more consistently because stuff really be developing with these shows. Like, shout out to my subby Pam. We follow each other on Instagram. Y'all probably be trying to catch me on there too, but sometimes I be taking breaks from the internet with social media, especially Instagram, because I will get on Instagram or Facebook and just start scrolling and then be like, dang, like I've been on here for an hour, so let me go ahead and delete the app. So I be on it. I haven't deleted my profile. Sometimes I disable it or something, but then I get back on, for these kind of reasons for what we talking about now. So yes, I thank you guys for joining me. We're about to get started. Look, I got it. Look. I'm coming with it. Since it's been a while, let me show y'all what I've been working on. I'm trying to step up my game or whatever. So there we go. We got slide deck. I got some like visuals for y'all, okay? Because we're gonna be talking about our show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. And another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, I kind of understand the boycott. I understand the boycott of why people were, I know most people were signed to boycott to kind of, get rid of Miss Wanda. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville needs to be titled something differently because I'm not trying to judge people's relationships, but I feel like the marriages aren't giving what they're supposed to give. Like, I don't know. Here with Kimmi was going through with Maurice, and then when Martell was doing the melody, and we already see how Marcel be treating Tisha. It's just like, I'm kind of not feeling that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to see that on my screen as much. You know what I mean? Just stick to the real estate and land development, property reservation at this point. Because they on their game. They on point when it comes down to that. So that's what I want to see more of. Maybe not some more of their relationships, because a little bit their relationships is giving me anxiety. Like, sometimes I like to look at stuff and find inspiration and be hopeful. Even though I know like relationships go through their ups and downs, it's just a bit much. I'm starting to think like, is it conspiracy? You know what I mean? Like, is they trying to turn us off from marriage? Like, cause yeah. So, oh hey Linda. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to get on here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I have not went live since January. And I'm a YouTuber. YouTubers are supposed to go live. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I know it was very impromptu. And I want to be one of those YouTube girlies that, okay, I go live on every Thursday at 9. But sometimes, like, my makeup don't be done, my hair don't be done, and I don't be trying to come on camera looking crazy. So that really be what's stopping me. But here we are. Hey, AC Wilson, thank you guys for joining me. So, yes, we'll go ahead and right into it. Let me see. Okay, let me get this right, because I guess I got the little presentation. So, today's topics, we're going to be talking about Kimmi and Maurice. Their whole relationship dynamics, it went viral after we heard how Maurice said that his wife just takes it, even though at the time she was going through her cancer, her chemotherapy, and wasn't always in the mood. So, like, I want to hear from y'all. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the recent interview that just came out yesterday on Fox Soul, where Funky Dineva, Claudia, and Al Reynolds interviewed them, and hearing some of Kimmi's responses. So I'm just like, I know marriages have their ups and downs, but sometimes I feel like maybe we didn't even need to know what they do in their bedroom. That's how come I'm kind of feeling a way about this show now. It's getting too personal. I don't know. I could have like went without not knowing that about them. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to tell her how much she should tolerate in a relationship? And kind of what Claudia was saying, like, I'm not married. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say or judge or anything like that. But at the same time, it did rub people the wrong way, whether you're married or not. Like, if your spouse is sick, you may not you may not think that they should do their duties all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so I get it. And we'll be talking about Coleslaw and Melody, that whole revenge, sex tape, and the plot that Martell has in the mix and all that jazz. And if we have time, we're going to talk about Martell and Sheree's current relationship status, who Melody is currently dating. I found an article about how the comeback group got started, and whatever happened to that petition to get Martell off the show. Like, I came across that too on the internet, so we probably can talk about that a little bit more too. But before we get started, as y'all coming in, the question of the day, and I'm gonna have to put this in the chat: can Patti LaBelle sing? Like, okay, I had this in mind before, she was on the BET Awards and messing up Tina Turner's song. You know what I mean? I was just like, an old video of when Oprah used to have those little singing things, little concert in the parks at her house, and had all the famous celebrity women and men there. It was like a brunch or something at Oprah's house, and they passed the mic to all these different people. But as soon as Patti LaBelle got the mic, everybody was like, ah, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm listening to Patti sing, and I'm not trying to say she can't sing, but I guess I really don't get the hype. And my mom had to explain to me, Patti LaBelle has range, and she's a performer. She's going to come out her shoes, she's going to work the room, work the audience and stuff like that, and I guess that's why people love her. So any Patti LaBelle fans out there, like, you can school me, let me know what's up. But that is a question of the day. Let me put that as a little banner. So like I said, as y'all coming in, y'all can answer it. And who's your favorite soulful singer? Can Patti LaBelle sing, yes or no? And who is your favorite female soul and R&B singer? I want to hear from y'all. I want to know. There we go. Question of the day. And dang, my little banner is messing it up. But at the top, let me see if I can remove this real quick. Oh, wait. Let me see. So at the top I have Gladys Knight. Oh yeah, let me remove this. Gladys Knight, Dionne Warwick, and Aretha Franklin. I know like people love them, so I just want to hear from you guys. And real quick, let me look at the results from our poll. See what y'all wanted to talk about for show today. Let's see. Oh, and I see you guys in the chat. Let me say hi. So Linda said Kimmi needs to leave Maurice and go back to Kiowa. You know what? And see, I feel like, is it me? But do y'all feel like Kiowa, excuse me, is still very hurt by Maurice leaving her? And you get the vibe that she still blames Kimmi for, maybe kind of interfering with the marriage. But I bet you Kiowa now can look at the situation and be like, you know what? Let her have him. You know what I mean? Because if he out here embarrassing Kimmi the way he is, I'm pretty sure Kiowa was going through some stuff too. I think that's the thing too. They say a lot of times women, we feel as though like if we let go of a man, that all his good potential is going to go to the next woman. But you know what? It's really in that man to change. So you ain't missing out on nothing. Let him go and let the person for you enter in your life, So ZZZZ said hashtag save Kimmi. She don't want to be saved. It don't seem like honestly, I'm getting the vibe that she don't want to be saved, y'all. I don't know. So Linda said, I love all the old school females. And you know what? That was a general consensus. When I had did the poll on my community tab, and if y'all haven't voted, go ahead and vote. People's like, I just love them all. So it's good to know, like, we stand for everybody. It's the same thing about black actresses. Maybe I'll do a poll on that. But my favorite black actress is Jennifer Lewis. That's my girl, Tina Turner mom. And then she played Will Smith's aunt in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That is my lady. Like, I like her. She really gives me real auntie vibes. So That's my homegirl. That's like one of my favorite actresses. Hey, Jesse Lewis. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Okay, and you settled it. Yes, Patty can sing. All right, we'll give it up for Patty. I'm not saying she can or whatever, but I just don't see what the hype is. No offense. I'm sorry. I just don't. So let me show y'all the results of the poll really quick. I think it's this one. Yeah. So I wanted to know, what did you guys want to talk about first? And with 39% of the votes, y'all wanted to talk about Melody versus Coleslaw, in Martell. And next will be Kimmi and Maurice. Oh, we in the petition for Martell if we have time. I'm actually doing something today, y'all. I'm actually going out to eat with a coworker. Olive Garden. Look at me. I got a life. Could you believe it? I'm actually doing something. So let's get back to our presentation. So don't forget, if you're just joining us, the question of the day is, can Patti LaBelle sing? I want to hear from y'all. The consensus is yes, but also I want to know who's your favorite female R&B or soul singer. All right. So we'll get back to this. So we'll talk about Melody, Martell, and Coleslaw. You know what I mean? I feel as though, even though Melody was married to Martell for years, it is really true. When you have kids with somebody, that kind of connects you to them for life. And I only bring that up because, I just really want the best for Melody, and I wish she could just not talk to Martell at all. But because they share kids together, you know what I mean? They're going to have to co-parent and be in each other's life for the next umpteen years. And because of that, because of Martell's choice, now she has to deal, not necessarily deal, but now this woman is in her face. And this whole revenge, PORN, I don't like. Because I honestly thought better of Martell. Y'all told me about him. Now, y'all in the comments told me that I be giving Martell too much grace. But, for the sake of the kids, you know what I mean? Send love to kids. So, for the sake of the kids, I'm just like, you know what? Martell's probably a good guy. Maybe it's like something about him we just don't see. We don't see his good side. But when you told your side chick, allegedly, that it's a sex tape of you and your ex-wife together and trying to expose her in an intimate way, that's when I'm just foul to play. I cannot support that. I don't like that in any kind of way, because again, like I said, he's a father, so I would think he wouldn't want nobody to do that to his daughters, and he's very close with his mom. You know what I mean? Would you want somebody to do that to your mom? So what's not clicking, Martell? So that's what be annoying me about him. But honestly, I just wanted to know, according to you guys, do y'all feel like Melody should ignore Coleslaw, aka Arian, aka the woman that Martell cheated on her with, aka the woman that had a baby with Martell? Or is it okay if she goes back and forth with her? Sometimes you gotta check people. What do y'all think? Honestly, I feel as though Melody has too much going on in her life to really come off her throne. And I feel the same way about y'all. Y'all could be going through a similar situation. And I feel like y'all know what I mean. A lot of times people can see where you're going and they don't like it. So they'll try to throw little darts to get you off track. Because your blessing is on the way. Your breakthrough, something on the horizon. Like they said, you know how the saying go, the enemy know where you going before you do. And I feel like this is what this is. Now, as much as a sex tape being embarrassing and being put out to the public, nobody wants that, you know what I mean? So I can understand Melody clapping back at Coleslaw, but at the same time, it's just Melody, girl, don't even come off your throne to throw tomatoes with these clowns. Because that's how I feel. At first, I was trying to give Martell the benefit of the doubt, but now I can't. So just in case y'all don't know, I'm going to bring y'all up to speed. So this article from urbanbellmag.com said Melody Sheree has had enough. Although Melody and Martell will continue to have joint custody, it still doesn't seem like their co-parenting relationship will improve anytime soon. In fact, Melody exchanged words with Arian on social media hours ago. And I think this article is like 2 days old. Everything kicked off after it was alleged that Arian has the explicit video Martell threatened to leak of, Melody and him. As we reported, Martell threatened to leak an old video of him and Melody having an intimate moment while they were married. First of all, why would he even think that's cool, especially when it was like between a husband and wife? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like that his mind can think these thoughts of her. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't even, like, why do you want to hurt this woman so bad? Haven't you done enough of that? You know what I mean? You done already cheated on her, embarrassed her, humiliated her with this girl, but yet you want to, like, expose her when she was having an intimate act with you, her husband, under the covenant of God? Like, yeah. Okay. Let me get back to the article. Weeks ago, a woman who appeared on Love and Marriage Huntsville with Letitia Scott said that Arian allegedly told her Martell asked her to leak the video to spite Melody, and the woman backed off from her friendship with Arian as a result. Hours ago, Melody suspected Arian had been shading her on Instagram story, so she responded on Instagram live by telling Arian to pull up, and she'll still whoop Arian's ass. I'm like, oh my gosh, Melody. Like, whoa. And that's how come I put in a little caveat. It's reminding me of Oh, man, my internet. Melody is reminding me. I remember that episode of Martin with Michelle. Oh my God. Like, I don't know, I've never seen Melody. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I was having technical difficulties. But yeah, like hearing Melody say she wants to beat Arian's A and to pull up, it's just like, oh my gosh, no Melody, you're too classy for all that. These two just need attention. Ignore them. Walk on by. So let me read some more of your comments. Okay, so you must Lee Pepper said yes she can sing. So this was regarding to our question of the day, which is can Patti LaBelle sing? Because I'm like, I'm not saying she can't sing, but I just didn't see what the hype was about. Hey Yvette Bell, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to join us. You see, we chatting about Love and Marriage Huntsville, our fave show, but I'm starting to side eye this show because they keep showing us raggedy marriages. Like now, even though Tiffany boring, I'm gonna just be looking forward to seeing her scenes because at least Big Lou be treating her right and got her back and ready to drive all crazy to get his pregnant wife to safety and stuff when she was having those little contractions. And you know what I mean? She be putting him in crazy situations, but he be sticking beside her. So, that's gonna be me. No, I'm playing. I ain't gonna put my man in no crazy situations. Okay, so Yvette actually agrees to that Patti can sing. Okay. But you gotta tell me why. See, tell me why y'all think Patti LaBelle can sing. Like my mom, try. Like I said, I'm open to listening to what y'all have to say. My mom was like, she has a range. It's her. My mom, she's like, my mom equated it to her stage presence to Fantasia. You know how Fantasia be like, taking off her shoes. She really give a show. Like she's kind of a young Patti. So I said, okay, I got it now. Cause Fantasia, that's my girl. I really like her. I would like to go to a Fantasia concert. So let me know where they be at, y'all. So Lee Pepper said, my favorite singer of all time. That's hard because I like all types of music. Yeah, okay, so give us the R&B soul singer. Like give us that genre. You know what I mean? Pick somebody from that genre. And then, I'll pick another category for next time we talk. Hotel is a bum. You know what? Don't y'all feel that way? Once Melody and Martell got a divorce, we really got to see who had the brains behind it all after all. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I really feel like they had the public fooled. We thought they was a whole power couple, which I get it. You won't cover your spouse or whatever. But once the veil was lifted and they broke up and the dust settled, we see who's still standing. Like, it's like Melody is going this way, but they are like kind of still trailing behind her. Like, focus on your own thing. It shouldn't be tear Melody down day. And that's what I don't get. And I guess sometimes that happens, and like when your light be shining so bright, people want to dim it. But Melody, you keep going. You keep staying strong. You got a lot of people that love you. You know what I mean? Charge her. It took her years to say anything to her. Right. So I'm going to finish this real quick. So Melody said, my choosing to be professional, to handle my business, and ignore you does not negate the fact that I will whoop your ass. And I mean that with everything in me, period. Oh my gosh. It sounds like Melody is fed up. You know, when people say I mean that with everything within me, it sounds like they fed up. Yeah. You don't want the Ariane, you know, already took this lady, man, had a child with her husband. Leave Melody alone. Like, I don't think you want these problems, sis. Yeah. But at the same time, it's just, if I was Melody's friend, which I'm pretty sure she got like a good circle around her, but like, Melody, chill, it's okay, girl. It's all right. Don't even let this disturb you. Don't let this bother you, girl. You keep doing your skincare line, keep singing songs, keep acting in. Look all this stuff this Melody got going on. So don't even bother with these clowns around town. So Lee Pepper said a queen job is to declare war. We hear people. What do you mean? That's a queen's job. Yes, but I just feel like Melody has so much to lose. Like, you see, I was able to say everything that she has going on. I don't even know what they have going on. Like, or I would say Martell can focus on his wine and writing more children's books. His I think y'all seen in the episode, he's trying to have like a tailor line. That's up his alley. I feel like he'll be a great personal trainer. Focus on those things and not trying to expose your ex-wife. You know what I mean? But Melody is doing the right thing. She's taking the proper. This was what it is. Lee Pepper, I feel like I would just appreciate Melody. And it's easier said than done. We all, may want to clap back. But I would like it if Melody was fighting her war off the internet. You know what I mean? Like, don't even let your opponents know your move, or know your moves and know your move. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if this could be considered as a threat. Hopefully not. But you know what I mean? Like, I just want Melody hands to be clean all the way around. But at times, sometimes you gotta let people know. So I get it. But, yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Hey, CL. So CL said, I was all for her getting that off her chest, but I don't think that she should do the back and forth any longer. Okay, I like that. Exactly. I agree. Because you're right. Sometimes you do have to get it off your chest. But does it have to be public? I'm pretty sure she knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that got this lady's number. Or she could have DM'd her directly or something. Did it have to be public? And then Melody had to use her platform to address it. It's almost like that Cardi B and Tasha K thing. I feel as though, like, every time Cardi B, somebody at Cardi level talks about Tasha K, is almost bringing Tasha K up to her level. Tasha K didn't go on tours and be on TV award shows and singing songs, selling millions of records. But once Cardi at this level addressed somebody at this level, not to say, what I'm trying to, it kind of brought Tasha K up here, because it's like, oh, who is this person that Cardi B, as influential as she is, got in her mouth? So it kind of maybe even brought more fans to her. And you ain't gonna do that on, not on my watch. That's free publicity for you. No, I'm playing. But you know what I mean? That's kind of how I think. So that's the only thing. Like, she could get it off her chest, but maybe tell a friend, your lawyer. Like, I don't. Yeah. But so you also said, however, I'm here. However, I'm here should she decide to continue with the petty shade for a minute. Right. You know, we support Mel all the way. You know, team male around these parts. But, you know, I just don't want her to be bothered with what's her face. Mm-mm. So Yvette says she has range, and my favorite singer is Lima James. Okay, so you agree that Patty has range. Okay. That's what my mom was telling me. Lima, am I saying her name right? Lima James. I don't know who that is. It's not the lady with the big hair, right? Is that a different James? Hold on. Mm-hmm. So why Alama came up? Let me put singer. Yeah, is it Leela James, or is it really how Lami? Yeah, Evan, let me know. Hey, Phyllis. So Phyllis said she tried in the beginning to help him succeed, but he failed. He is mentally unstable. We see that now. You see how he acted. Anybody that would want to do some revenge, you know what I mean, to their mate is like, yeah, unstable. And I feel like Melody probably has more of a case now to why she should have full custody. You know what I mean? Because why is your mind thinking that way about your ex-wife? So, yeah. Sooner or later, things will turn in my favor. Y'all know that song? Turning around for me. It's like a church song. Probably sing the off-key, off-beat kind of, but I like that verse. My argument is that he doesn't realize that if I was Melody, I would have told her the only thing we had to discuss is the color scheme the kids are wearing to the wedding. Girl, right, like let's coordinate that together. But other than that, bye. CL said, nah, she didn't take him. Mel handed him over to that bird on a silver platter. That is very true. Good point. But didn't Melody say she confronted her? It was like, leave my husband alone, kind of. I think they confronted each other while they were still married. And that's what, it's like Martell. Now it makes me think he got off liking them bicker with each other. You know what I mean? And once Melody left and they weren't doing that anymore, I think he's trying to cause and stir drama to get it back going again. You know what I mean? I don't know why men feel as though maybe they feel good when women are arguing over them, but I just feel as though that's real whack. Like, you shouldn't even want that drama. If I said no, when you keep talking mess, you can get it. Oh my gosh. See, I ain't know my sub is about that life on this channel, right? And you know what I mean? I think it's just that y'all probably feeling how Mel feel. It's like you can't keep poking the bear, you know what I mean? And hearing Melody say, I'm telling Erin to pull up and she'll still whoop Erin's A, lets me know she's ready for whatever. You know what I mean? You know what they say, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. I feel like y'all kind of unleashed the genie. Like she nailed Melody on 10. Y'all not about to bring her back down to 2. When she said also, and let me show y'all. So where she said, my choosing to be professional to handle my business and ignore you does not negate the fact that I will whoop your A, and I mean that with everything in me. Period. You know when somebody say period, it's on site almost. But I just feel like Melody, girl. And I feel like the emotions may be heightened because she's closer to the situation, but I feel as though as long as Arian ain't like touching her kids or like hurting them in any kind of way, if they just talking, let them talk. If you know what I mean, that's just how I feel about it. It's okay to pull up when like your kids involved or whatever, but let these birds don't pay them no mind. So CL said, if she hadn't, the bird would have continued. Now that Melody has popped, we haven't heard a peep. They did go back and forth a little bit. So when Melody said this, Arian has called Melody like bad-bodied or whatever. Oh, and that's why she had Arian said that's why you had to file for bankruptcy. And then Melody clapped back and says, I filed for bankruptcy because of the divorce with Martell. Something like that. And Melody was like, that's so whack of you to call me bad body. There ain't nothing bad body over here. And come up with something better, with something more substance. And I talked about that in my last video because that's true. Because, Arian, what did your good body, if Melody got a bad body, then you probably think that you have a good one. What did your good body get you? Nothing but a married man that still want his ex-wife. So, sis, sit down, simmer down, go back into the corner. You're not all that like you think you are. Because why is you still even talking to Martell? That's the thing that gets me, too. If you're such a baddie, get another man that's better than Martell. You know what I mean? Like, if your body is so snatched and you're just that girl, then you should have plenty of guys. Not hanging on to the one that called you a peasant. See, you gotta let people know. Like, sometimes they get a little above themselves, and she's one of the people that feel like, you know what I mean, she's above. And how come ain't nobody marry you, sis, with your good body? You know what I mean? At least Melody went down the aisle and had a ring and had Martell's last name. What did you get? Just some of his seed? And not to say like that's like nothing, but at the same time, it's just like, girl, simmer down. Your name ain't in no will. Your name, you didn't have his name on your lease. Y'all never like bought no property together that I know of. You know what I mean? So go here somewhere. So Lee Pepper said Mel gave her hotel. Oh, Mel gave her hotel to her. Leave her alone. You got the man. Why you still mad? Thank you. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like they got a supercharge together to take Melody down. I honestly think that's probably what their like maybe connection is they probably both secretly don't like Mel, and they thrive off of that. Sometimes they said that your mate, even Martell, could be your biggest hater. So although he was married to Melody or whatever, he probably loved her. He probably still maybe, was a hater a little bit. You see, the first thing when it was coming down to like the court documents is, oh, she works too much. Oh, she got too many people babysitting our kids. Why are you mad at her growing? That sounds like a hater to me. So it's little things like that I guess we got to pick up on. Yes, he needs a job. You know what? I think that's what it is. I think y'all said it before. He wants full custody so she can start paying him child support. Nah, bro. Nah, because remember when they were together, you didn't show that you had the best interest of the children at heart when you going out during COVID to the gym, but you really cheating. First of all, we supposed to be quarantined, so I don't even like the fact that he would be going out, even if it was allegedly to the gym. You know that, like, you can expose the family to more stuff because you're going back in and out. Like, you're not even thinking about the kids. So, no. What's wrong with him? Like, don't make me mad, Martell. But they are not just talking. They are trying to ruin her by putting... Exactly. And it's just like, Martell, what is wrong with you? That is a crime. And see, this is why I also think he a hater. Because why would you want to embarrass your ex-wife like that? That's still the mother of your children. Why would you want her to be hurting and maybe possibly have that energy as she interacting with your children? You should want Melody to have peace at all times. You know what I mean? Not contention. Just because it did not work out your relationship, y'all still can be the best co-parenting parents in the world. So stop messing that up. Because the kids suffer. That's the only reason why I don't be going in on Martell, because like I told you, them kids are so beautiful. And that one scene when they was talking about like, not wanting to have a step parents and stuff like that really touched me. I'm like, whoa, these kids are like phenomenal. So just off of the strength of that alone makes me like Martell, because it's like, they're 50-50 Melody and Martell's kid. You know what I mean? Dumb little kids. Little cute kids that make you want to pinch their cheeks. Like, oh my gosh. And they kind of don't do no wrong in your eye. Kind of like my mom was explaining to me too with Keke Palmer. That's how come so many people was going at her baby dad, because I guess some people just like Keke and they just don't see no wrong that she do or whatever. And I feel that way about like Melody Martell's kids. So off of the strip of them, I'll be restraining myself from going in on Martell, because I really think them kids is cute. and they just so well spoken. So yeah, I just want Melanie and Martell to get along for them. And yeah. Linda said Martell and Coleslaw need to find a job. Yes, a job, a hobby, an interest. They need like their day to be filled with other things than Melody and terrorizing her. Martell's the one with all the babies. Exactly. I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but I do feel like men probably would leave like the kids with their mom or something like that, or like their sister, while they still go off and do their thing. Yeah, no, that's just kind of how I feel. I could be wrong, though. They both mad because now she's not providing for them, and that's sad. Like that really hurts me because kind of like Wendy Williams. Remember how like basically Wendy Williams was supplying like her hustle was supplying so the side chick can eat. Oh heck no. Not on my watch. That's probably why Wendy really in the hospital, because she like, I ain't working, so the side chick can eat. You know what I mean? Yup, I think that's what's going on. Let's see. Oh, hey, Desi Gilmore. But Mel gave her hotel broke and went on to become a millionaire. She mad because they didn't break her. Thank you. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's like they wanted her to be down so bad, and they don't like it. But it's sad to know that somebody can have that disdain for somebody else. Like y'all said, sis, Arian, you got it. You got the man. You got the man. Like he's a prize to you instead of you being the prize to him. So you got him. You got what you was working for. Now leave Melody alone. Like the fact that she's still trying to throw tomatoes and darts at Melody, it makes me think that maybe that was a goal, to see her down, to see her hurt. You know what I mean? Like she probably thrived off of that. When Martell probably would go back and pillow talk with her and tell her like, oh, Melody this, Melody that. I don't like that. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to choose violence. I'm starting to think she won Mel. Sometimes I be thinking that too. Like sometimes when it's a lot of tension, sometimes it could be like sexual sexual tension. Yeah, Lee Pepper, you be here. You and me, you get it. I didn't think about it till you said it, but I can see that because she's obsessed. And another thing, I wonder what Sheree got to say, because there's no way like Sheree. This is why I really feel like what y'all was saying is true too. It got to be a publicity stunt between Sheree and Martell, because Sheree, do you see what your man doing? Not only is he still messing with not only is he trying to get the attention of his ex-wife, but he also still on social media with his side piece. I don't never see him with Sheree like that. Ever since those initial photos came out and the Housewives of Atlanta stuff happened, I don't even see them together. And they supposed to be a couple. I see them more with Harriet. What's going on? So Linda said, Lee Pepper, I was thinking about that too. Look, we're on the same page. Evan said, I think with Kiki, he needs to put a ring on it. Tell me about it. But you see how like social media swooped in and like took up for Kiki. You know what I mean? Like they was not having it. And I don't know really what's wrong with Kiki baby daddy anyway, because like, come on now. Do you really think Kiki was gonna get with Usher? I think Usher got a baby mom or something like that, or dancing. I don't know. To me, I can't really speak for how a man could feel, but just logically, I felt like it was just an entertaining situation, kind of like it was just entertainment, and everybody fans out at times, but if he felt disrespected, then I gotta respect that. Oh shit! Hey, good afternoon, sis. Thanks for joining us. We just over here talking about bald headed Martell and Arian and their plot against Melody. Trying to put out some alleged revenge, PORN, of her and Martell. Like what? When they was married. I think that's so corny. Like, when you're intimate, it's just like it's you and that person. So the fact that like I don't know, at Melody's maybe vulnerable moment, like he would choose a, or even that is talks about it makes me mad. Even if he don't do it, even if it was all a lie, the fact that this girl Arian knows about it, I don't like it. I'm still mad at him about that. Okay, cause he got kids, he got in daughters. Oh gosh. Hey K Hayes. So K Hayes says I think Sheree has dumped him. At least that's the rumor. Kay, I feel like we all know that Sheree shouldn't even been with him to begin with. Like, Sheree, girl, somebody was talking about her. Like, Sheree always picked the wrong men. Like, why? My argument is that Martell was a prize and had value when he was married to Mel. Woo, child, you got that right. And I think he misses that. He does. You know, I wish things were different. I wish that Martell realized the value and the prize that he had in Melody in his family. You know what I mean? The fact that they have 4 kids together, creating a legacy, that is the goal. Not side chicks, not somebody that can do whatever you want them to do sexually. Like, all that is fleeting. You had what people, like, will want. You know, try to get to, go throughout their lifetime of getting. Martell, like, why don't you get that? I mean, he probably get it now, but that's what makes me, like, sad about the situation. Like, bruh, you had a good thing. Yeah, sorry. One of my little rant. Mel made both of them look bad out here. They have nothing. Yes, you ain't about to eat all Melody's back. Desi, I'm glad you said that. Because it ain't right. I don't know who I'm mad at more. Remember I asked y'all, who came first? The cheating husband or the side chicks? Like, who, kind of like the chicken, what came first, the chicken and egg thing? It's like, I don't know, I got equal smoke for both of them. At first I felt like you can't blame the other woman, but now that she knows what she's doing, I guess I don't look at her as a victim anymore. Arian knows that she's causing what's the word I was trying to say to my sister earlier? Y'all know that word. Like, she's trying to start drama. Like, an agent of chaos. Like, she knows what she's doing. I don't like it. Boy, no, I'm playing. She probably got a lot of nice hair. So Evan Bell says she doesn't have anything to say until part 3 comes out. Okay, I'm gonna stay tuned, y'all. Oh, and Kay Hayes said, hello, everyone. Hey, girl. Lee Pepper, they was just putting on a show / entertainment. He is tripping. That Sheree thing was a fake / storyline. Exactly. Because we all know, like, Martell is the last person you want to deal with. And especially because he was just coming off the wings of the divorce. You know what I mean? I do think, like, after a breakup and everybody probably has their own, like, ideas, but I do feel like after a breakup or a divorce, it is time. You should take out some time to, I don't want to say heal, but, you know, maybe evaluate, be with yourself kind of thing. It may not always be best. But maybe for, you know, your situation it'll be okay to get into a new situation. But sometimes I think you may need a little break. Oh, so CL said, right. I said that Usher was working. Right, it was a job. And there that boy gonna get all feeling the way that he was just doing his job. That conversation should have taken place off of social media. Right. Now, remember how I talked? Do y'all watch Fox Soul? TGIF with Funky Dineva and Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds. When I was listening to them talk about this segment, I feel like Claudia did bring up a good point. And hopefully I don't get canceled for this, because you know how people get. But I felt like Claudia had a point when she was saying, like, okay, maybe if the way you dress does make your partner uncomfortable, maybe you can tweak that. You know what I mean? And I kind of understand that too, because I feel like And every woman's gonna say something different, but I feel as though if I wore that dress, I'm probably wearing that as a single girl, maybe like to like get some attention from men, but I don't think I would wear that dress if I was dating somebody. Not the fact that she a mom, but if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I am gonna try to like maybe tone it down so they can feel and then like I said, I know people be like, it's not your job to make a man feel comfortable. But I don't know. Like some of us got the sauce. Like, look, in the paper bags, people may be looking, but still, like I'm not gonna maybe like have our butt cheeks out. Like I'm not gonna make it more. Like I'm not gonna try my best not to bring unnecessary like attention to myself. Not trying to say I wouldn't get attention any other time, but I guess I ain't gonna have my butt out either. You know what I mean? So that was the only thing to me. If I was gonna look at it from his side, you know, because I'm trying to be all kumbaya and look at everything from everybody's side, I could see maybe why the dress could make him feel uncomfortable. And that's just that. But y'all can like let me know if y'all agree or disagree. It's cool. You know, this is a safe space. We talk how we want to talk here. I just want to learn and grow from everybody. Oh, so my argument said it takes hard work and discipline to maintain. Kay Hayes said he doesn't get it because he would be better as a co-parent. Let me get CL. So CL said at Evid Bell, I believe she realizes now the dung she stepped in. I don't see her having much of anything to say at this point. Linda. So Linda said Martell was not thinking about his kids or the marriage. Exactly when he should have been. Remember how the Bible, I'm saying remember, but you know how the Bible say children are a heritage of the Lord. Like, I don't know, you should really be grateful. That's how we all got here because, you know, we somebody's kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got, like, purpose inside of us to help the earth and humanity. So, you know, he's very blessed to be able to cultivate that in his children, you know, to be there. Like, God thought, like, enough of him. Like, okay, I want you to raise these kids. It's a big deal to be a parent or whatever. You know, I do really feel like you shape humanity, you know, one person at a time. So, it's sad that he didn't see that. He had his wife, his good thing. I'm not saying Melody was perfect, but she was perfect for him. And I feel like marriage is supposed to teach you that, how to overlook people's flaws. You know what I mean? You can't just throw people away after every argument. I'm talking to myself. But you know what I mean? Like, it really teaches you that people are not perfect. You know what I mean? And in spite of it, you had to love them anyway. Ooh, maybe that's what God was trying to teach us. Like, how we not perfect, but in spite of it, he be loving us anyway. He be blessing us anyway. He gives us, like, breath in our body anyway. Oh, it's so humbling when you think about it. But, oh, hey, Brenda, beautiful. So, Brenda said Arian didn't take him. She gave him to her. Right. I feel like money was done. And I feel like that's why they're mad. I think they like the tug of war. I really do. So Evid Bell said he could have said something to her. And hey, Nicola, hope I'm saying your name right, said Melody was correct when she was in the last sit down. She told him he didn't value her, his kids, or the legacy they were building. It's sad. And it shouldn't have to come to this, especially when it's this. I bet you he values it now that he doesn't have it. And I hate that this had to happen for him to see it, but I bet you he gets it now. But let's go to the next topic. This my man, I'm gonna stick beside him. Kimmi and Maurice. I wish I could find like a clip of that. Maybe when I go back and edit, I can incorporate that. But let's talk about this situation. So I had made this presentation before the Fox Soul interview. If y'all watch TGIF, they had an interview on Fox Soul yesterday. So I made this before that Fox Soul interview, but we're gonna talk about it anyhow, because I really want to get into this. So, how do y'all feel about it? Honestly, okay, so to bring y'all up to speed, During I'm gonna read this real quick. Yeah, from an article. During a previous episode, Kimmi told a close friend that her desire for intimacy was very low due to chemotherapy, but she still continued to be intimate with Maurice and even fake being pleased. Kimmy's reason was she didn't want Maurice to look for intimacy from someone else. Regardless, Maurice thought it was admirable for Kimmi to do this, and he said it's not realistic to expect him to accept less action in the bedroom because of Kimmy's cancer battle. Y'all, that's very. Oh, sorry, I couldn't even see what I was reading. Sorry, y'all. That's very like hurtful to hear that Kimmi was going through that. Don't you think? I mean, like, let me share different. Let me see that. Okay. Don't y'all feel like that's? I mean, no one. I'm not saying he gotta suffer or whatever, but or take less intimacy. But I don't know. I feel like chemotherapy is like kind of severe, where it would be okay maybe if like Kimmi missed the beat a little bit in that regard. Like I don't know. I don't know why I don't like that. It's almost as though Maurice, like, should she not be with you anymore if you lose his job and her lifestyle ain't the same? Because I feel like that's the same logic we should be using right now. You know, how dare you say something like that? And now I see why everybody was mad, you know? Oh, wait, let me see if I come back on the screen. There we go. I see why everybody was upset with him. Because it's just like, bruh, you're not trying to read the room. Like, you know, OWN is a woman's channel at that, too. So to say something so crass, I don't like it. Now, do y'all feel as though Kimmi was right or wrong to even maybe? I mean, I kind of feel like although the show was called Love and Marriage Huntsville, we don't have to know every detail about your marriage. Same thing remember when Tisha was talking about how she was on the schedule with Marcel, she has to schedule intimacy. I don't know, maybe like we don't have to know that part of the marriage. I just want to know maybe what y'all doing on your anniversary, little gifts. You know, I don't want to know kind of the bedroom stuff anymore. And I get it though. Like sometimes I feel like on these shows and on social media, they want you to be transparent. But some things shouldn't be open to public consumption, in my opinion. And this is one of them. Because it just makes... And like I said, I'm not married, so maybe you got to do these things. But then I feel like marriage is what you make it. And I feel like you're going to want to be with a partner that will love you in spite of. Because remember, I felt a way. Remember when Erica Mena said that Safari didn't want her to get pregnant again? This was when they only had one kid. Didn't want her to get pregnant again because she got too fat the first time? Red flag. I feel as though the man should love you regardless of how you look. Like, of course your body going to change during pregnancy, but it's just like he should be past that by now. Like, and stuff like that scares me. So in a way, like, I kind of see why people were upset hearing that this is what Maurice said and how he thinks of her. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, well, I shouldn't accept, even though she don't feel well, even though she's going through chemotherapy, radiation, well, all right, big deal. I'm still gonna get mine. That's how it's coming across. And it's just like, bruh, like, what's wrong with you? And Kimmi's so pretty and like so like well spoken and stuff like that. Oh, and not to say like looks matter. Oh, sorry, let me bring this back up. There we go. Not to say looks matter. Like everybody should be treated. All y'all are pretty. Everybody's God's child is gorgeous, beautiful, fearfully and wonderfully made. But it's like Kimmi, no, like he should be happy he even got Kimmi. He should not be acting like that. So let me read some of your comments. I don't think Mel was perfect for him. He was holding her back. And he is on his level. You know what? Kate Hayes, that's what they say, like, water seeks his level. That's how come I really don't like that power couple talk. Unless they kind of had the same ambition. And they not... Here we go. I think you can rely on each other, but I think that both people should be, that both people would be great without the other. It makes me think of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Just said Obama like that's his name. Barack Obama. She was about to be a lawyer, right? Or something. Like she was in school for that. He was doing his thing. You know what I mean? Equally yoked. So whether they had got married or not, I feel like they still would have been great in their own right. And I can't really say that about Martell. So I see what you're saying. Like, he wasn't her match. He was holding. That's another sign too. When people start thriving after a breakup, that kind of makes me feel like, yeah, the person was maybe being suppressed in the relationship. Because honestly, I do feel like even in a relationship, you should thrive. You know what I mean? You should become your best self, because either your partner is like helping you see things in you that you didn't realize you had, or they're providing a safe space for you to like be confident and try something new or do something different. You know what I mean? So, Kay Hayes, you on the same. You on the same, sis. She don't even know her worth. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if you're talking about Kimmi with this or if we were still talking about Arian at the time. You going through cancer. He has to think, let me give him a break. Give her, thank you. I mean, just like, and that's what Funky Dineva was saying in the Fox Soul thing. Like, if somebody was sick, you don't expect them to take out the trash or do the dishes. If they're sick, you won't let them rest. So it's the same thing with this. Like, and Kimmi should not feel as though that if I don't give him some, he's going to be out the door looking for it somewhere else. And I don't know if y'all agree with me in the other video I did about this, but I said, I feel like there's other ways to be intimate besides physical intimacy. I know that is one way, but there's also other ways. They could get couples massages together. They could massage each other. You know what I mean? They don't have to have somebody massage on them. They can massage each other. They could read. It's a spiritual intimacy. They can read the Bible together. You know what I mean? They can build upon other areas, because we're just more than flesh. We're also mental beings and spiritual beings. And a lot of times we only kind of put effort into the physical, But I just feel like in marriage, you got to be able to flow in all sectors. But that's just my opinion. So CL said, without being able to talk about Melody and speaking on their authentic business/financial stuff, they're grasping for a storyline. Tell me about it. I kind of feel like if Melody wasn't on the show, I just wonder how much longer the show will last, because it's always like, let's gang up on Melody Day. That's how it feels. I always feel like it's let's bother her. Let's talk about her. Don't y'all get that vibe, or is it just me? Let me see. Oh, my little chat went up. So Everett Bell said, not that I am perfect, but I had a stroke and my husband stayed. I gave him the option to go, and he said, remember our vows. That's beautiful. Let me tell you, Everett, when I was doing research on this story, women were sharing how, like, they were going through, like, physical ailments and things like that. Their husbands will literally help them brush their teeth. You know what I mean? Like, was there for them, like, you know what I mean? Like, their strength when they didn't have none. So that's how come I was starting to think maybe this show was against marriages, because I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that somebody could feel like I shouldn't have to suffer my wife is going through. And that's dumb. That's their marriage. You know what I mean? But I don't even want that to be in my subconscious. You know what I mean? I would have been okay not knowing that that's what they were going through. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm glad you shared this with me, because it gives me, this is what I want to hear. You know what I mean? This is the stuff that they should be showing on the show. Not Marcel sitting up there trying to find a workspace outside of his wife. Not Martell going back and forth. This, before Melody divorced, going back and forth between her and another woman. That's not. I don't like that. Stop trying to make it seem like black marriages don't work. Like, why is that being so much on display? Like, I don't appreciate that. Oh, and CL said, Evan Bell praying for your continued healing. Thank you for saying that too. I just went on a tangent. Yes, we over here pray for your continued healing, and thank God that He, blessed you with a husband. Remembering the vow, and that's another thing. You not being perfect means you're no less deserving of a partner that's going to stick with you through thick and thin. I was having this debate with my friend, and I'm just like, I'm tired of people thinking you had to be like perfect or the person going to leave you. You know what I mean? We are imperfect creatures. We're human beings. So we're going to sometimes miss the mark. You know what I mean? We may sometimes say something mean that we didn't mean to say. You know what I mean? We may get somebody a side out and you know what I mean? But that don't mean you got to throw in the towel so easy, because none of us deserve God's grace and love, if that's the case. You know what I mean? So you trying to feel like you better than God to me? You know what I mean? I don't have to be perfect for God to love me. I wasn't perfect when He died on the cross for me, but I was worth dying for to Him. But now on earth, like, these men be wanting perfect, went this, like, no. Like, relax. Hey, Daisy Lewis. So Daisy said that's why God told her to go. Oh, I was looking at my God Say Go sweatshirt not too long ago. Martell wasn't made for Melody. She's too smart for him. As we all know, Martell is slow. Yeah. That's what they said, girl. And like someone said earlier, that's why him and Arian are more of a match. Because she's kind of slow too, not to talk about her like that, but like, who would go back to a person that would call them a peasant? Don't you feel like that's kind of weird? That's kind of weird. Like, how like sometimes, I'm just be transparent. Sometimes you be like, why did I let that person do that to me? Why did I let them talk to me like that or treat me that way? You be feeling bad about yourself. Like, I should have checked that. I should have nipped that in the bud. And then you see people like Arian be like, oh, well, dang, maybe my self-esteem ain't that low as I thought it was. And after compare and contrast, sometimes I be feeling that way. Like, okay, at least I'm not that dumb. No, I'm kidding. But sometimes I be doing that in my head. Sorry. Just being honest. Aw, thank you. Yes, God made someone just for you. Exactly. That loves my imperfections. And guess what? I love him. I love his, in the same way. And I feel like I'm not going to put all that pressure on myself to perform. Like, sometimes I think that's what people are mad at. Because thank you, Yvette, sorry. Yvette, like, I think people were upset because they're probably with men that will hold them down regardless. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they know what it feels like to be loved by a man totally and not have to perform to get his love. So meaning if I burn the chicken, you ain't gonna love me no less. Or if I can't, if I'm sick and I can't give it to you, put it down, flip and reverse it like I usually do, you ain't gonna love me any less. You know what I mean? And it's like women out there it's women out there experiencing that, and they just looking at Kimmy like, nah, sis, you could do better. You could get more. So I think that's what people are upset about. Oh, hey, all things Helen G. I'm Team Mel, and if she chooses to stay how she feels, I respect her decisions. Yeah, I agree. I just don't want our girl to get caught up. I want Melody to maybe get her cousin to check. What's her face? Arian. I just don't want her to get her hands dirty. You know what I mean? Mel is a grown, intelligent woman, and she's great at policing himself. And she's great. She probably meant her. Okay, yeah, herself. Yes, I agree. And we're going to ride for her. But oh my gosh, this was an amazing stream. I'm so glad you guys decided to join and talk to me on this Saturday. I didn't know what to expect, but I said, like I told y'all, it's been a year since we talked. It's been a year since I seen you guys. Oh, well, and let me go back to this slide, because it seems like we answered the question. Can Patti LaBelle sing? Y'all in the audience says yes. Y'all told me that y'all can't. It was hard to pick a favorite female R&B vocalist of all times. Cause it was hard just putting these up there. And I'm like, oh well, what about Whitney Houston? What about Tina Turner? You know, on YouTube they only give you like a few slots to choose from. I only could do like 4 in the poll thing. So we love all our black women, female R&B soul singers, and you know other soul singers of other races. I just not that familiar with them, but I thank you guys for joining me today. We done hit an hour. I'll definitely be back with more topics, y'all. You know, let me know what y'all want to talk about, and I hope y'all enjoy this Saturday. I hope y'all staying cool. Oh, Yvette, thank you. Good to talk to you. Thanks. I know, y'all. I'm gonna try to be consistent. Earlier, I said I want to be one of them YouTube girlies that, you know, I'm consistent. You know, I'm in here. Cinquetta says, keep on, give the word, and I'm going to be able to skip church and work. Oh, CL. Let me tell you, I got it. It sounds bad, but I got it on my calendar to go to church tomorrow because I haven't been in a while. You know, I went last week with my mom, but I'm going to the church that I kind of, you know, go to. So yeah. Hey Annette. Oh, Desi, great. Thank you. Hey Annette. We wrapping up, girl. Don't forget to watch the replay and like the video and share. This was a good live. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, I didn't know how it was going to go, but I'm like, you know what? I got to do it. Because it was times when I wasn't, like, I said I would do it, but then got tired. But I'm back. So let me know again what y'all want to talk about more. I have another video on the works. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Love you guys. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.